What is up, guys? And in today's video, one second, I'm looking at my OBS, and it sounds like your guys' ears are being blasted out from what I can see with the mic says aux, aux, uh, yeah. So my own mic broke. If you weren't there for the live stream, you probably heard that my mic was broken, and that really sucked. And you guys couldn't really hear me, but here we go. I have a new mic, and another one coming hopefully soon by the end of the month. This one hopefully will last for a bit. I finally have a mute button, so my old mic was pretty good. But thanks for 60 subscribers. Right now we are winning the sub war by pretty much 20 by this point, and viewer Wixo update soon. So yeah, let's get straight into Wixo episode 6. If you weren't there for the live stream, we added major cities as well as ideologies right now. So let's go and take a look at them. First up, we have nihilism. I didn't know how to spell it, so I spelled it like this. If you guys have any better spellings, go ahead and tell me. Nihilism is basically revolved around the Nile, South Nile area, as well as Yemen for some reason. And then we go to Mayanism, which is basically just in the Mayan Empire. Next, we go to Republic, which is dominating the world with Egypt, Carthage, Portugal, Venice, Poland, the Yellow Team, South Russia, Crete, as well as we have Sinai, Kuwait, and yeah. And then Oligarchy, which is mainly just these guys. And then Monarchy, European, and then there's Dictatorship, which is Norway, as well as these guys. And these guys. So let's go to quickly get into this video. You can see the major cities are everywhere, and now I can use those for wars. Every 10 episodes, I'm going to be updating the, I'm going to be updating the map every 10 episodes. So hopefully you guys by now can hear me pretty well. 1 second, give me 1 second. Sorry, I just had to die real quick. I'm still dying. So let's go to get straight into this video. First up, we start off with over here, South Africa is the same color as another nation. So we're going to make this color blue. That works for now. Okay, that's good. We start off with some exploration into surrounding territories, such as Norway doing some more exploration over here into these Scandinavian areas. As you see, a brand new nation is formed over here. Please don't say we have this color on the map already. We already do. Gosh dang. Sweden forms over here, though. With the formation of Sweden, we see there's 2 Scandinavian countries now. And of course, these guys need a capital, and we're just going to activate major cities real quick. And Sweden will place their capital down here in this area. And I'll give them major cities after this video. Sorry. Portugal finally places a capital, it being right here in that city. And now we can go back to the main layer with some more exploration, such as finally Ireland being fully discovered, and this area being discovered as well, with France doing some more ocean exploration into the Bay of Biscay, basically coming out of the Bay of Biscay by now. As we also see over here, the North Sea is starting to be discovered more as civilization is advancing. Also, the longest civilization series I've had 3, lost the map twice. Yeah, that's it. And eventually the North Sea is fully discovered, and the Shetland Islands are also discovered. And boom. As we finally see, the rest of the Baltics are discovered, and over here, this land is also completely discovered, as well as they meet up with Finland now, as these territories are now discovered, as we even see the Yellow Team is pushing more into the north, into these territories. Over here in the last episode, we didn't really see much happen over here in like Korea and Vietnam. That's because Vietnam is going a neutral route for now. As it, yeah, I don't know what else I was gonna say. But now, if we go on and do this, the Himalayas reach this point, and the Himalayas are mostly like this, I would say. So, um, India is doing some expansion. As we see, the Indian nations are extremely allied with each other, but at this moment, they aren't anymore. These two don't really like how India, well, Pink India is not an oligarchy and they are a republic. So these two, three, they decide to go ahead and team up on, of course, the Indian nation. Not before we see some more ocean exploration over here, as India is just trying to live a peaceful life. And, you know, these guys are preparing for war, so of course they aren't doing anything. I also found out what this island's name is. It's called Socotra. I really hope. Correct me if I'm wrong. And boom. And we see the invasion start. The yellow team is the first to invade, invading into these northern territories. As we see, the northern territories are being destroyed over here. As we also see over here, the green team in southern India is starting to destroy the southern areas. That's going to enable major cities real quick. As we see, these guys are able to capture this one major city and are starting to head for these territories. As over here, the green team is also doing a lot of this. As you can see, there's really this area and this area that are extremely populated. And now, if we also go ahead and take a look away from that, we see the Mayans go ahead and do some more expansion, and they meet up with the Gulf of Mexico. With discovering that land, we see the Mayan Empire is pretty big by now as they go ahead and expand. Also, I'm going to be making a brand new layer called the Religion layer pretty soon, right after this video. So, um, yeah, I think I give up speaking at this point. As over here, if we come over here, Scotland goes ahead and claims the rest of Scotland. As we also see Scotland will go in and claim some territory on Ireland. As we also see the French go ahead and do that. But the French, when the French do that, the Dutch feel like they also need some land over there. So what do the Dutch do? They make an overseas claim. The Dutch can't really access this, but they are pretty good allies with the French. So, they're pretty good allies. As over here, we come to Vietnam, who is doing some more ocean exploration. As we do see, they're doing some more exploration into these territories over here, and they eventually just stop as they meet up with this island pretty close to Taiwan. If we go back to this war, it's pretty chaotic. The green team is starting to destroy these guys, and this really populated territory is captured. The green team can also no longer do anything, but now we come over here as we see, we see something. Some nations go ahead and band together, which I'm just going to label on the military alliances layer. Some nations come together and decide to form. Wait, I pressed the button too much. Some nations come together and decide to form something that will be known as the Conference of the Circle Alliance. This will be held within Kuwait's capital over here, and this will be formed between Oman, Kuwait, of course, North Persia, the Orange Team, or Caspia, as well as actually the Pink Team. These nations form this. Now, this is not necessarily a military alliance, but this is mainly just for something that we will be getting to right after this Indian War ends, as these guys will not be participating in it, but they will be helping out these guys, as eventually they will get close and they will split off this territory and the pink team will finally have enough. They kick these guys back within this territory, and finally they recapture these two cities, and they eventually will stop the war as the pink team can no longer fight, and these guys are tempted to join in on this war, and these two don't really want that. So they go ahead and go into a peace treaty, and we can take a look at that right now. And so in this peace treaty, we go ahead and see this. The light yellow team will be taking these territories, and the green team will take these. As the pink team is more of a nation over here, as we see the exploration into this territory, into the Persian Afghanistan territory, is going extremely well. As we see, they will start to discover more of this land, and they will stop once they hit the Himalayan territory, which they go ahead and do. As we see, this territory is discovered. As we see, this territory is starting to be more discovered as well. As we see this conference over here, wow, that's a lot of explored territory, which, I'm going to go back to the video now. As we see, the nations that were a part of the Circle Conference, that is ideologies, that were a part of the Circle Conference, this is also another conference waiting. They meet back up in Kuwait's capital once again, the most advanced country out of any of these, and they go ahead and will be deciding on what we will know as the split of the Persian Afghan territories, as we could take a look at what that will look like, as they're going to be fully splitting up this territory, maybe creating some new countries. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Persian Afghan split. Okay, so at the end of the Persian Afghan split, there's a lot of lines, but I will show you what the lines mean. First up, in the capital of Kuwait, we see these guys will claim over this amount of territory and will be getting in the southern Persian territories. Kuwait will get this, and these borders are going to look terrible, but they will now be pretty long. The orange team will be gaining the most territory out of any nation in this, gaining all of these territories. Also, why are these lakes not discovered? That's a problem, because they are. Up next, the pink team will annex all of these territories, gaining a lot of territories. As we see, 3 new nations are born. We see over here, South Persia is born, as well as Afghanistan, and then Turkmenistan. As all of these guys, of course, will be needing some brand new capital cities. Their capital city will be placed down here. Afghanistan's will be placed right there. And over here, these guys and Turkmenistan, well, I don't know what this would be called. You guys can name it. And I will go off of everything. As we see, their capital is going to be placed right here in a city pretty close to the orange team. So these are the brand new things over here, or nations. As we can take a look once again at Europe, as Europe is Europe. So over here we see the Alps have officially been completely discovered, as also we see the South Russians are starting to do some more exploration over here. As we see, these guys are actually starting to more focus on the Russian territories, as they will be discovering all of this over here, and are starting to do a lot better when it comes to this. I mean, yeah, Tajikistan could be called it that. As over here, we also see they meet up with Lake Malawi. This is outside of Europe, but Lake Malawi. As we see, they do some ocean exploration and will discover all of the Tanzanian territories. As we see, it is episode 6. We have about 2 episodes until we see maybe the discovering of the Americas by European colonial powers. The Dutch need to step up their game. So what is it time for? I don't know. Exploration. We see the rest of the Gulf of Bothnia is discovered. As we see, they go more up the Norwegian coast. As we see, everything is advancing. And North America will probably be discovered by episode 9 or so. And that's in 3 episodes. Also, from now on, there's going to be a Wixa video, hopefully every Monday as well. So I have to film literally episode 7 right after this. So Also, how do you guys like Civilization so far? Once again, thanks for 60 subscribers. No, the video wasn't ending right here. I've only been filming for 17 minutes. I needed to go longer. South Korea is doing some, well, Korea, not South, is doing some more exploration, and they will explore all of these territories. As we see, Korea is finally doing this thing it needs. This is a big expansion. Why do they need a big expansion? This is because a new nation has popped up over here, pretty close to Korea. This nation is going to be known as China. So we see China will officially be forming. By the way, if you guys have any color ideas for China, go ahead and tell me. But for now, China will go ahead and be the color of uh this. China will form over here out of these areas, and Korea will also do some more expansion, claiming the rest of the Korean Peninsula, and will claim all of these territories as well. By the way, right after this, I will update on the major cities, create the religion layer, and yeah, I'll update ideologies as well. But every 5 episodes, there will be a pretty big like update, which will add complete new layers. Okay, so by the way, on the Discord server, we have someone watching right now. The Lachlan Mapping in comment section below. Remember, we're in a sub war with him. I don't know what I'm beating him by, maybe 20 or so, but there's still a chance that he could win. And he said China very dark green. How does that look over here? So it's like, yeah, that looks actually really good for China. I like that. Thanks to Lachlan Mapping for giving me a lot of ideas and tuning in every time. Every time I do this, W. Lachlan in the comments section below. Oh no, no, the video still isn't over. I still have a lot more to go. Let's keep doing this. As over here, the most advanced civilization by now is definitely Egypt. As we see, more of the Sahara is starting to be discovered, as this area is, well, Egypt and Carthage are starting to become pretty close allies. In the war of Egypt and Sinai, we'll call it the Sinai War, or the Red Sea War. Carthage was about to join on the side of these guys, but they last second decided not to, as we also see Carthage is doing a lot more expansion over here. As we see, Carthage and Egypt will make a joint cooperation, and for the cooperation, which will be held by a lot of different nations, we are going to be seeing that these guys are going to be forming a... So, actually, I have a better idea. This will still be on the military alliances layer. The military alliances will be labeled in yellow. Joint cooperations will be marked in gold. And this is a joint cooperation. So this will be now in the color, if I can just do that. This will now be in the color of gold because it was a joint operation. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this joint operation will be the shape of. And I'm going to just do it right now because I have the time. This will be formed between, of course, Egypt, Carthage. This will also be formed with Crete, as Egypt says they will give over some territory to Crete so they can have a little Libyan colony almost. This will also be between Uganda, as well as the new South Nile Nation and North Ethiopia. This will also now be shared with Sinai as well, just because Sinai is in a very needing state of money, and Egypt says they will give them some money. First up, they promise Crete some territory, and they will give over Crete this territory right here, as I messed that up, of course. As now we have one more thing we have to do. After the War of the Indian Nations over here, where these guys kicked the pink Indian team out of this territory, these three nations have been becoming pretty close. As we see, they have decided to adventure more into the Bay of Bengal. As we also see, Vietnam is kind of helping them, but Vietnam is going more of a neutral path and does not want to get themselves involved with these guys over here. As we see, something will be taking place. This thing is known as a union. This is going to be known as the Indian Union. As if we can find a good color with this, look at this. I have a magic trick for you guys. It will be both of these colors mixed, as well as this color right here, which I'm pretty sure is this color. Right? Yeah, it's that color. So if we go ahead and do this, this is what it would look like. But I don't really like that color. So we're going back to this color. If you guys want me to change it up and go back to that color. But the Indian Union has officially been formed. The first two nations to join it are actually these two, and eventually the Green Team will agree to it, and the Indian Union is formed. Now these guys need to decide on a capital of where to put the capital of this huge, gigantic nation. Already, this is eliminated, as well as this city. And they don't want to place it into one nation's country, not to give them so much power. So they go ahead and put it in this city right here that was originally a part of I don't know what country. I can't remember for some reason. But the Southern Indian Union has officially been formed. As over here, let's go back to this joint cooperation. So a lot of this area has been discovered. Also, is this running across any major cities? No, okay, that's good. So these guys, with this joint operation, go ahead and decide to go ahead and go along the rivers. Now, Carthage and Egypt both know there are rivers down here because of these, so they decided to follow the coast all the way down and to go ahead and discover this territory. So if we go ahead and do that, they go ahead and will be discovering mainly across these rivers and across the Gold Coast. And with discovering this land, we see they also go ahead and discover all of this. As this episode will be pretty short, as I've been filming for about 24, maybe 25 minutes now. As we see, the joint cooperation eventually ends up with the rivers being discovered over here in the Southern Territory, and a lot more of the Saharas being discovered. They meet up with this area and are starting to adventure more over here. As we see, that looks really ugly. I'll fix it. Don't worry. I'm literally going to be filming episode 7 right after this. As this is what the world map will be looking like after episode 6. Now, if you guys enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe. And go join the Discord server. I have a new one because the old one is being stupid. And I updated everything. And yeah, thanks for 60 subscribers. Remember, we are in a sub war with Lachlan Mapping, first to 100 subscribers. Right now, I am in the lead, but only by about maybe 15 or so. Go subscribe to him if you're not already subscribed. He's a great YouTuber and makes content that is great. And remember, guys, in the comment section below, put W Lachlan Mapping for tuning in on the live, basically, in the Discord server. And yeah, the 60 sub special was creating Gia's community Wixo. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload. And I will see you guys in the next video. So peace out.